What's going on, everybody? Nick from FreedomAndForgiven here. Doing another video on epilepsy. Actually just came back from my epileptologist today. Didn't go as well as I had hoped. Insurance companies being jerks and not wanting to cover a lot of medications that they'd like to put me on. I'm allergic to a lot of the medications out there, so that kind of causes some issues there. Epilepsy medications aren't cheap by any means, so insurance companies are very much a pain on paying for them or helping pay for them. You know, sorry, absence seizures are acting up. They're just trying to figure out what to do now, you know. Kind of sucks when your doctor says, because of all the stuff the insurance company's doing for you, they really don't know what to do for you. You know, unfortunately on a couple other doctors I've gotten that too. So, now it's just pretty much a waiting game, you know. It is difficult, you know, doing things with epilepsy. You know, being a musician, it is hard. I mean, yeah, it's one thing. It's one thing being a one-person act, but normally you get out there, you promote, you go places, you go to clubs, you go around college campuses, you know, busy spots like here, Old Town St. Charles, the Loop, you know, stuff like that. Go out, promote, hand out flyers, what have you. I run into the problem of not being able to drive. Pretty much my promotion's done online, and I promote more at shows. You know, kind of makes it difficult. You know, makes it harder to get a larger draw. You know, yeah, online, because online helps and it draws people online who normally wouldn't come, but you don't get that face-to-face interaction with people. I really don't get it that well unless it's at shows, you know. Not being able to drive to shows sucks, you know. I've had to turn down shows. I have to either rely on my girlfriend to get back and forth to shows, or my best friend Josh, who's social sniper, to get back and forth to shows. There isn't very many local clubs where I live, you know. It's about a 30-minute drive or so to most of the clubs, if not longer, to play. You know, and I've had to turn down shows because it wouldn't work with their schedule. I mean, they gotta work, they got their own stuff going on. You know, I mean, you know, it makes it kind of difficult. You know, I mean, like I say, never give in, never give up. I'm not giving in. It just makes things a bit harder, you know. Used to drive and play in other bands, man. It was easy getting people, you know, getting word out, handing out flyers, that kind of stuff. You know, hit all the local music stores, you know, places like that, hand out flyers, hang flyers, you know, go down to the SLU campus, go down to the Mizzou campus, you know, sell tickets, hand out flyers, you know, stuff like that. You know, but not the easiest thing to do anymore, you know. I really can't do it anymore, you know. Sorry, another absence seizure there. You know, and I'm at least grateful I'm still able to do music. they've tried releasing me to go back to work a few different times, and every single time my seizures have gotten really, really bad. One of the key triggers for seizures is stress. And, you know, as we all know from regular jobs, you know, stress builds fast. No, I wish I could work a normal job again. I miss working. I miss the interaction. I miss being around people. You know, I've been on disability since I was a kid. I went off disability at 19. Summer after I turned 19 and a half. And 6 weeks after my 22nd birthday, I was back on disability. I actually started doing pretty good for myself. I was making $40,000 a year plus bonus, had sick pay, vacation, all that good stuff. You know, worked a lot, but I at least had money, you know, and had my bills paid and everything. And to go from that to being back on disability sucked. You know, you go from not having to worry about bills getting paid to surviving off of what I get a month to survive off of is less than what one of my bi-weekly paychecks would have been when I was making $40,000. You know, don't really get raises. You know, you're tight on money, you can't get extra money. You know, like I said, heck, even having a job make it easy as a musician too, because, you know, I could talk to people at work, get people at work to go at shows. You know, I used to do that one too. You know, when I played in different rock bands and stuff. But, yeah. I'm sorry, my absence seizures are acting up something fierce today. You know, the one cool thing is there's some local bands that are really, really cool. Knowing what I deal with my epilepsy and stuff, you know, they're very supportive, very cool. It's really cool. I have musicians actually, you know, come up and talk to me about it, you know, at shows. I've had people come up and talk to me about it, you know, other bands playing that night, which, you know, help get the word out. A lot of people don't know it. Like I said, most people think it's of epilepsy, they just think of grand mal seizures where you pass out and go in convulsions. There are so many types of seizures, it's not even funny, you know. There's a lot more out there than just, you know, but like the absence seizures you see me having, there's a lot more out there than that. You know, it's cool to have some, you know, some other bands that know how hard of a time I have, you know, be supportive. There's some really cool club owners. One club's that really enjoy playing the Way Out Club. The owners, every time they see me, they ask me how I'm doing, how my health's been, you know, talk to them about booking shows and stuff. They ask how I've been, you know, how I'm doing and everything, you know, not just a passing of, oh, hey, how you doing, you know, just asking how my health's been, how my seizures have been, and stuff like that, you know. That's actually cool. You got club owners out there like that, you know. I mean, yeah, they're out there to make money, but there's also, you know, you also got some that are, you know, have a heart too. They're not just, all right, you know, the band's here to make me money, you know, and then that's it. They also, you know, show a little care and concern for people, you know, especially, you know, people that play their club on a regular basis that like playing their club, you know. It's just, I'm having a hard time right now. You know, I had a recent hospital stay and all that, and it sucks. I got behind in my music. Really sucks. You know, had a seizure when I was in the hospital. And now my insurance company really not wanting to cover any medications anymore. Which, mind you, I have a big issue with insurance companies. Dealt with them my entire life and always had issues with them, you know. So, just kind of a downer, you know. Falling behind in music. I expected to have a lot more done by now. And, you know, I was sick and in the hospital and all that crud going on, you know, just kind of threw it back. So, you know, that's one thing that sucks about epilepsy, man. It and depression go hand in hand. A lot of epileptics, people with epilepsy, I use the term epileptic, but I don't like it. You know, it's not, it doesn't define you. You're a person with epilepsy, you're a person living with epilepsy. But because a lot of the restrictions and everything that goes on, people living with epilepsy have, majority of them suffer from depression. I mean, you know, yeah, most people take medication. You know, that's one thing. You have to take medication regularly. You have to go to doctors regularly. You know, there's a lot of restrictions placed on you. You know, there's a lot of stigmatas, a lot of misunderstanding. You know, I hear a lot of times everybody, you know, when they find out I have epilepsy, oh, so when you have a seizure, I need to stick something in your mouth. That's like, you know, that's, for those of you who don't know nothing, or, pardon me, don't know anything about when a person has a seizure, you never stick anything in their mouth. I don't care who told you that. You do not. You cannot choke on your tongue. What you choke on is your saliva. That's right. You roll someone on their side when they're having a seizure. You stick something in their mouth, they're either going to shatter it and choke on it or shatter their teeth. I've almost taken someone's finger off because they were dumb enough to stick their finger in my mouth when I was having a seizure. You know, I've never swallowed my tongue. You just got to make sure you get them on their side. Make sure they're not pounding their head on something. You know, the convulsions last longer than 5 minutes. You know, most people dial 911 no matter what, but, you know, convulsions last longer than 5 minutes, or they come out of the seizure and go right back into one, or they're bleeding profusely, and then you need to call 911. But, you know, you get a lot of restrictions and a lot of stuff placed on you. You know, I mean, you have epilepsy, you're not supposed to take Benadryl, Sudafed, you know. Kind of sucks when you're like me too, because I got some bad food allergies. So yeah, you gotta be real cautious with that one. You know, that and, you know, your lifestyle is a lot different. Person who has a seizure in their life is never allowed to get their CDL, which, those of you who don't know that, that's commercial driver's license. That's for driving semis, big rigs, what have you. You can never have your chauffeur's license. You can never have your pilot's license. If you're ever diagnosed with epilepsy, period, let alone have a seizure, you know, it gets very, very rough. Unfortunately, there's some people living with epilepsy who their seizures are so bad they have to walk around wearing helmets because they have so many seizures so they don't hurt their head. And I sympathize for those people living with epilepsy that their grandma's seizures are that severe. You know, I have an insane amount of myoclonics, like I'm having them in my legs right now. Insane amount of myoclonics and absent seizures a day. My grandma's can be finicky, you know. Go from not having any for a while to 3 a day for 3 months straight. You know, that just, it's all depends on me, you know. So I mean, it kind of sucks, you know. There's a lot of stuff you're supposed to stay away from with epilepsy. You know, a lot of different restrictions you get placed, and it bums you out. I mean, I work on my music a lot during the day, you know, but I also have to, well, especially since my surgery, I have to take breaks and rest. I have physical therapy exercises I have to do every day. A little bit on top of my epilepsy, I have 2 broken discs in my back, my T4 and T6. I broke my back in 2002, and then rebroke it in 2003, and my T4 and T6 never healed, and I ended up getting scoliosis in my lower spine and messing up my neck from it. You know, having seizures doesn't help the back and neck problems. I got 30% range of movement in my neck and 40% range of movement in my back. That's why if you look at pictures of me playing, or you come to shows, a lot of times it looks like I'm looking down at the ground, or I'm actually just looking at my guitar. It's just how I hold my neck. I actually have to consciously make myself stand up, force myself to stand up, hold my head up straight. You know, like I said, seizures haven't helped with that. Seizures do damage to your back and stuff from convulsions and everything else. I mean, you know, every muscle in your body's tightening, you know, contracting. But, you know, I have to do all that during the day. You know, I really don't get out that much. You know, I won't live in the city. I've lived in the city and I hated living in the city. I live in suburbia. So it's not like I can hop down the street, down the store or something, you know. Walk about half a mile to the gas station and then back sometimes. You know, my bank's about 2 miles away one way. You know, so you know, you start kind of going stir crazy, not being able to get out, not being able to get to do stuff. You know, and it sucks having to have other people take you places. I mean, you know, 30-year-old grown man, and I can't, you know, in emergencies and dire emergencies I drive, but otherwise I won't. But you know, it really starts eating at you. You know, not getting any social interaction. You know, tell you what, I'd probably feel a lot better if I could just sit around all day, you know, while my son's at school and just work on music and do nothing else. But, you know, like I said, I got to do physical therapy exercises and stuff. Right now, it's do stuff for a little bit, and then I got to take a break from the surgery and all the other procedures. I had like 5 procedures done on top of surgery when I was in the hospital. I still got a little bit longer I got to take it easy on, you know, along with a lovely special diet. You know, but, well, kind of stirring off topic, was going to just mainly talk about how it makes it hard, you know. Difficult being a musician. One thing I am grateful for is I am one of the people with epilepsy who is not affected by a strobing light, which those of you who have yet to come to one of my shows, you know, haven't had the chance, live too far away, what have you. I use sound reactive laser and LED lights at my shows. The reactive sound of what I'm playing, the beat of the music, all that stuff, and depending on the club, also use fog machines. Some clubs fog machines sets off fire alarm, so. But wouldn't be able to use those if I was actually affected by strobe lights. You know, which I'm grateful because, you know, it kind of adds to the show, it adds to the music, especially with the style of music I do. You know, it's a dance style, electronic based music. I play lead guitar with it, but it's based off dance music, so having the lights and everything going. You know, just makes it kind of hard being a performer. You know, I've had a couple, well, more than a couple people, I've had quite a few people tell me because of my health, I just need to stop worrying about it. I've actually had a couple people tell me I need to just sell all my music gear. You know, I need to quit even thinking about playing music or performing or anything like that. You know, yeah, I live with an illness, but I'm not going to let it run my life. I run my life, not my illness. My dad always taught me that one. Don't let it control your life. Don't let it control you. You know, I was very close to my father. You know, he was killed when I was young, but I was very, very close to him. And he always told me, don't let it control you. It's not who you are. Don't let it hold you back. And, you know, it might be difficult for me to do stuff. It might be difficult for me to get to shows. It might be difficult for me to perform. You know, with my back and stuff, there's some days that day after the show I literally cannot get out of bed without help because of my back and everything, or I can hardly walk. But I'm not going to let that hold me back. You know, you don't give in. You don't give up. You keep going. You keep fighting. You know, there's a lot of people, something gets hard, they give up. You know, oh, it's not worth it. You know, something's worth it, it's never going to be easy. You know? From a musician's standpoint, to make it a career, it's not easy. You know? I'm not some get-rich musician, you know, I live in reality. I know I'll never be selling out, sold out, or playing sold-out stadiums, stuff like that, you know. But it's what I do to try and earn extra money since I can't have a real job on top of I love doing it. You know, and it's not easy. For those of you with children, such as myself, you know what? It's not easy being a parent, but it's worth every bit of it. You know? I mean, there's lots of examples I could use, but anything worth something is not going to be easy. You keep pushing, you keep fighting, you keep going. You never give in, you never give up, never. My dad instilled that in me, and I'm going to instill it in my son and make sure my son knows that, and I hope that my stepson understands that, and I hope you guys understand. You never give in, you never give up. Don't let stuff hold you back. For now, I'm out. I'll talk to you guys again later. Don't forget, visit the website www.FreedomAndForgiven.net. Donate a portion of all proceeds to the Epilepsy Foundation. Like I said, never give in, never give up, folks. Y'all take it easy. See you later.